Hey, what's up guys, it's Akaboy, and in this video I'm going to show you full walkthrough of the new latest open source model launched, which is called MiniCPM5 1 billion parameter model, and this is a latest flagship release from OpenBMB. If you have been tracking the local AI space, you know the race is on to pack maximum reasoning power into smallest possible footprint. So MiniCPM 1 billion is a dense 1 billion parameter transformer built explicitly for on-device local deployment and resource constrained environment. Now this is not just another tiny model, it is the first 1 billion class open source model to achieve the state of the art status across reasoning, knowledge, coding benchmarks, completely redefining what you can run natively on your laptop. And also one of the most hyped up thing about this model is that it barely requires 2 GB of VRAM, and you can use this model for local coding agents. You can integrate this model into your cursor IDs. Now what makes MiniCPM 1.5 billion model impressive, and the answer of it is the advanced architecture and training process, because it features a special think mode allowing the AI to either respond instantly or speed extra time reasoning through a problem before giving an answer. During trainings, researchers actually combined reinforcement learning and on-policy distillation technique, which significantly improve its efficiency and performance in coding and maths, and also reducing unnecessary long responses. Well, that will be see when we are going to test this model on many types of questions and gibberish text. Now, despite its small size, it can actually handle extreme large amounts of information at once, and it has a context window of up to 1,31,000 tokens. Now, if we talk about the capability comparison of this MiniCPM5 1 billion parameter model, so based on the latest evaluation metrics, it is actually dominating in 1 billion parameter class, significantly outperforming competitors like Qwen 3 and LFM 2.5, which was also released few days before. And in thinking, the average score it got is 42.57, whereas you can see Qwen 3 0.6 billion model is getting 26.77, and the 0.8 billion model is getting around 25, and LFM 2.5 1.2 billion model is getting around 35.61. And if I show you some of the more interesting benchmarks, that would be Math 500, so it is actually getting 91.60 score out of 100, whereas the Qwen 0.6 billion is getting 72, 0.8 billion is getting 30.4, and LFM 2.5 is getting 89. So it is quite higher in this benchmark as well. And now if we talk about the coding benchmark, so you can see LCB version 6, it is getting 33.52, whereas the Qwen 0.6 16, 0.85, and LFM 21. So it is way higher than any other 1 billion parameter model available currently in the market. So you can actually pause and read all the benchmarks and how other models are actually performing upon it, and how this new MiniCPM is performing upon it. So guys, this was all about how this MiniCPM is actually working, what its benchmark is, and now we will move on to how to actually locally install it in your computer or your virtual machine. So for you guys, I have just created this whole guide on my website. You can actually see that this is the installation guide. There is a lot of information related to it, and obviously the comparison table as well. But the best thing that I've created for this is the one-click automatic installation. Now this is the recommended setup. You can actually just copy this command and run in your PowerShell, and you can actually install whole model into your local device. Also, there are manual installation guide as well, which is step-by-step installation, but I just recommend that you should use the one-click automatic installation, or you can actually visit their official website to know more about the manual installation. Now manual installation, now what I have added here is the basic manual installation guide, because these are generalized steps that can work on a very general system. But if you have so many other configuration, different CUDA version or anything else, then you can just use this one-click automatic installation. So what I'll do is I just copy this, and it says that you have to open PowerShell as the administrator, but even if you don't open that as an administrator, it would also work. So I'll just open this normally, I'll zoom in, and I'll just paste this command right here. And what it will do is it will just see prompt first MiniCPM 1 billion official demo installer. Now it will first run the system validation command. So it has got it correct that my RAM is 20 GB, GPU is 16 GB, it is detected, and this is configured for PyTorch backend for CUDA 12.1 version. Okay, so it will automatically do all the installation of CUDA version, of PyTorch, of transformer, anything that is going to be used, everything which is required for running MiniCPM, automatically everything will be installed in in your local device. At the second step, it actually checks the Git and Python. At third step, it actually initializes the Git LFS. Now we are using LFS to download the models from Hugging Face directly at a very high speed from their servers to our local machine. First of all, it has git cloned the directory from the actual GitHub page of MiniCPM, and it is doing some basic stuff. So if I go to the file manager right now and if I just refresh it, you can actually see that MiniCPM1 model actually has been created. Now this is model weights. This is the basic thing that is getting installed from the command, and it will also be downloading the whole 2 GB of model and all the required libraries and dependency automatically. So I do recommend that you visit my website and use this command to actually install. It is the safest command. There is nothing else fishy inside the scripts. You can actually just search up this script by visiting this URL as well, that how it is actually using and extracting all the links and everything. Okay, also guys, while this is actually installing, I actually talked about the comparison analysis. So main advantage of it is that it is the context length. It's only 1,31,000 tokens, whereas Quen 3.5.8 billion takes only have 32,000 tokens and Llama only have 1,28,000 tokens. Now MiniCPM and Llama 3.21 billion model are really close enough in terms of context length, but it has more good features like this native XML parsing tool calling /agents, whereas this is moderate, and also it has a built-in think mode that I'll show you, that I have included in the official UI of this as well. Now this is actually best for on-device agents, tool calling, code. This is for general chat, this is for mobile text generation and everything. Also guys, now you can see that it is actually creating a Python virtual environment. It is the fourth step. Now it is installing the PyTorch and official UI requirements. We actually need Gradio and HF Gradio libraries and requirements, so it will automatically install everything. Okay guys, so I'll fast forward all of this installation and I'll show you directly the UI of actual MiniCPM5-1 billion model. Let's go. Okay guys, so it is actually done. It says deploying official UI asset and everything is now done, and you can just close this window and I'm gonna minimize it. Here you can see this is our folder MiniCPM1 billion. You can see app when model weight. Now in model weight you have the model save tensor. Now you can just run the application by start_web UI, and along with that you will be having this MiniCPM logo as well. So I'm gonna run it and you can see it is launching MiniCPM interface and it will be launched. Now this interface is going to take a minute because it is doing some backend stuff and it is also loading the weights. As you can see, it is loading the model as well. Now you can see that this interface has been opened in my browser. Now I'll do one thing. I'll do this and I'll just search for task manager, so you can actually see the VRAM consumption more. Okay, so I'll do something like this, performance, and you can see the VRAM consumption. It's only 13% as of now. Now you can chat, message, and here you can see the thinking mode is enabled. You can actually disable it or enable it. Now we are going to ask this model some questions. Now first of all, let's off this thinking mode, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to search up some trivia questions along with their answers as well, so we would know that this model is actually good or not. Okay, so we got here something, so I'm just going to copy it. So this question is, what is the only mammal capable of true sustained flight? Okay, so this is I have disabled the thinking mode because I don't think this requires thinking. This is a basic question for it. The only mammal capable of sustained flight is the hummingbird. Okay, so it is saying it's hummingbird, but it's actually the bat. I think Google is more smarter than that. So I'm gonna ask it this question as well. What is the only continent on Earth without an active volcano? Let's ask this. Oh, it has given us an error. What this error actually is. Okay, so I'm gonna reload the interface and ask it again. Now it is working. I don't know what error was it. I hope it supports continuous chatting, but if it is not actually supporting, then I really don't know. And it was enabled and thinking mode was enabled, so it is actually giving me a very long answer as well. I recall that Australia is widely known to have no active volcanoes, so according to it, it's Australia, and on the internet it's Australia as well. Now I'm gonna ask this question. Now this is a really good question because I have already asked this question to this particular model before, but let me try this again in the continuous chat. I don't know. Okay, continuous chat is not working, guys. I don't know what is it, so I'm gonna refresh it. First let's see its answer in the normal mode. Okay, the answer to it is human brain. Okay, human bot that is fully grown from birth. But here the answer is eyes, and here it is saying that it is the human brain. So what I'm going to do is delete this, and I'm going to ask the same question Now this is in the thinking mode, so it will be giving me more accurate answer, I guess. And you can see the GPU consumption is not that much. It's only utilizing, I guess, 3 to 4 GB of RAM, VRAM. And you can run this very easily on a 4 GB VRAM as well. Now you can see that in the thinking mode, it has answered more accurately. Biology, complete body parts included, the liver, kidney, eyes. Okay, so we had the eyes here, so we can give it a point. Okay, so now I'll be asking it a single question, a last trivia question, and then we'll move on to the coding questions. Okay, so first of all, let me ask it any random question. Okay, so which US state is also an entire continent? So obviously none. So let's see if it can actually, answer this in the normal mode. Let's see. Okay, it is giving me answer in Chinese, bro. I don't know. I think that I think questions related to states or countries, it gives answers in Chinese. I really don't know about that. So let's search again. Okay, so let's go to the translate and we'll detect language, because I really don't know. It is Chinese. Okay. The United States is not a federal territory. United States is a federal republic. Here is a brief. Consists of 13 states. Okay, so it had, these states are scattered across the, okay, no direct connection to entire continent. So yeah, it gets it right, but I don't know how suddenly it changed to Chinese language. This model is hallucinating or something. Okay guys, so now I'll be asking basic coding questions. I hope it do better in coding. So I'm gonna give this print number pattern question. So I'll just copy whole question, right? And I think it has to give some code. I'll ask it in Python. So I'll enable the thinking mode, paste this entire thing, and at the last I have added that give code in Python. Okay, so we are given n, we need to print a pattern for each row. Let's clarify. Okay, so it's thinking, it's in the thinking mode, so it's actually thinking that what actually is good. Alongside that, what I'm going to do is open a compiler, so Python compiler, to actually check that it is giving me good results or not, or accurate results or not. So this is the Python compiler. We'll just remove everything. Okay, so it's currently only thinking, and I don't know why it's not giving me the exact code. It is doing everything rather than just giving me a damn code. And this is very basic question, which is print number pattern. But I don't know, it's taking so long. It's been 2 to 3 minutes and it is just thinking and thinking and thinking. Okay, so guys, this has been glitched, I guess. It is not more generating. Okay guys, so this has been glitched and it is not now generating anything. If I even ask him continue, yeah, it would just throw me an error and I have to refresh it. So I'm going to ask it again now without the thinking mode. So I'll just give it give code in Python. Without thinking mode, it is giving me, but okay, yeah, I think this is more better. Without the thinking mode, it is actually giving me a damn code, and it has generated the code, and it has done a very basic mistake, that is this is im end, which it is actually doing, but it's not. So I'm in this compiler and we'll just, okay, this is a very long code. I'm gonna run it. Okay, I forgot to remove this, so we'll just remove this. Now let's run this. Okay, so whatever the code it has given me, this is just trash code, because it is not able to run on an online compiler. It is not able to run on online compiler. So let's leave this, because in the coding test it is not performing well. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna ask it give me a single HTML file. So I'm gonna ask it generate a single HTML file consisting of tic-tac-toe game. So let's see how it actually performs. To create a simple, you need mainly this file and a Java file. Below is a single HTML file with all necessary CSS and JavaScript. Okay, so this has actually got it that it actually needs a CSS file and a JavaScript code to run the logics and designing as well. So now it has given me 2 to 3 files. I think I have to open up my VS Code as well. But if you look at the response, it is saying me that below is a single HTML file with all necessary. So it should be only one file with all necessary CSS and JavaScript code. But it has given me 3 files. So what I have to do, I think I have to just set this up in VS Code and then test it out. Okay guys, so everything is done. Now I'm gonna go live with this document and let's see that how it has actually made it. Bro, what is this? What is this, man? Yeah, this is trash, bro. What this actually is? This is just simple. What? A reset game. This is trash, man. This is really trash. Okay guys, so I'm actually tired of doing all testing with this, because this is actually not that up to the mark, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it basic maths questions, because my plan was actually to ask basic coding questions and then medium level, then advanced level, but it is actually failing in basic. So let me, okay, so with answers. I have to with answers. Okay, so let me ask this, solve this following. Let's go. Okay, we have to delete this. Okay, let me ask this. To solve this expression, we follow the BODMAS rule. Okay, that's really good. Now it is getting the parentheses right, multiplications and everything. So the just give me the final answer, man. Final answer is, I think, 14. Yeah, it has given me 14. It is the final answer. It is the correct answer. So yeah, basic. Now I'm gonna ask this question. What is the percentage? And I don't know, it just doesn't work. It just gives me throws an error. So I have to just restart it and remove the thinking mode. Okay, what is fraction 3? Okay, so this is a fraction question and it has given me the correct answer, which is 75%. So from the benchmark, it is currently looking good for the maths question, but this is just really basic maths question. So what I'm going to do is, so I'm gonna ask him intermediate maths questions with the answer. So let's go. Okay, so we got this algebra quadratic equation question. So let me answer. Okay, so let me ask this as the question. So this question is actually that you have to find the value of k for which quadratic equation this has real and equal roots. So let me see. Okay, so it is actually solving really fast and good. So the value of k that results in real and equal roots are k is equal to 8 and k is equal to minus 8. So the final answer is k is equal to plus minus 8, and it has also gotten the correct answer as well. So this is really good. Now let's ask this second question. Now let's ask this second math question if it could perform better on this, which is transform the straight line equation into slope intercept form and find its slope and y-intercept. Okay, so I think these are the good questions. I'm gonna ask Gemini to give me provide me advanced mathematics questions. So for the next test, I have asked Gemini to provide me advanced mathematics questions with the answers, but let's see how this is going to perform. So it has given me that the y-intercept is 4 and the slope is 4/3. So let me go here and see if this is the correct answer or not. So yeah, it has got the slope right and the y-intercept also right. So this is actually going really good in mathematics. So let's go for the advanced question right now. So I have got this question from the linear algebra. Now this is an eigenvalue and trace question. So yeah, it has to actually state some of these. So let me ask this question of eigenvalues and tracing as well. Let's see if it can actually answer really goodly. And also one of the thing is that I'm just using this in normal mode and not in the thinking mode, because thinking mode is going to take forever. But yeah, it is going to give me more accurate answers, but currently it is giving me accurate answers. So why use the thinking mode? But there is thinking mode as well. So final answer of this question should be that A are 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so it has given me the answer, and that is 0, 2 and 3, whereas the eigenvalues of this matrix should be 1, 2 and 3. So that just fails here. So I'm going to ask the last question of this video to this MiniCPM 1 billion demo model, which is this probability question. So I'm going to ask this, and the answer of this question is actually 4. You know guys, I have to cover many things about a model in a video in a short duration of time, but actually, you know, the main better evaluation would be number of steps the model is actually performing it, if it is actually performing the right steps to getting to that answer as well. So currently I'm not able to judge that, but I'm just seeing the final answers, if it can actually get the final answers as well. So this question, it is taking a lot of time. It is actually implementing multiple things, and let's see if it comes out to be 4. The expected number of flips to get the sequence HT is 4. So let's see what it can actually answer. Okay guys, so this has just stopped generating the answer, and it really took a lot of time for nothing. So it was able to get the technique right, which was the Markov chains. As you can see that it was able to get the Markov chain concept right, but yeah, it just got overloaded and it just stopped generating. If I click on this, so I think it would be able to find it again. Okay, it is defining the states, but now it is doing actually good than before. So let's see if it would be able to get the answer in the second attempt or not. Okay guys, so in the second attempt, an interesting thing has happened, that it was going really right. It was going really right until the state 2. So it was giving all of this, you know, designer and all the responses, but at the state 2, it wasn't able to actually give me. And at the state 2, if it would have totaled the E1 and E2, it would have gotten 3.5, which was very close to our answer, which was 4. But you know, it just got into the loop of just talking to itself that maybe I should do this approach, maybe I should do that approach. and it stopped generating. So my final conclusion is that in maths, it's really good. I would say of every question that I've asked, it has just failed in this question. So 80% would be a good benchmark to set. But in the trivia, it's also good. It's better with the thinking mode in the trivia, and in the coding questions, it is really bad currently. It is not able to make good codes right now. Again, a reminder guys, if you want to actually install MiniCPM into your device, you can just visit my website and run this one line code, one click automatic installation code. And what it will do is that it will give you this model weight, which is the model automatically downloaded. And also you can use this model into the LM Studio as well. So guys, that was it. I hope you have found this video useful and good. Like, subscribe, take care, bye bye.